In the electrified nerve center of Valuetainment's relentless roundtable, where the pulse of power beats raw and unyielding, Patrick Bet-David rallies his inner circle like generals charting a battlefield of bold bets and buried bombs. It's November 9th, 2025, a Saturday scorched by the aftershocks of a Senate breakthrough that snapped the longest government shutdown in U.S. history, and amid the haze of Trump's latest economic thunderbolts, and episode 681 of the PBD podcast crackles to life on YouTube, a 2-hour, 12-minute maelstrom of metrics, mockery, and midterms musings. Titled Trump 2K Tariff Dividend, 50-Year Mortgage, Jan 6 Pipe Bomber, plus Shutdown Over? This installment pulses with the home team's signature synergy, PBD, the visionary provocateur, Tom Ellsworth, the ledger-locked oracle of odds, Vincent Vinny Oshana, the satirical sniper picking off pretensions, and Adam Sosnick, the market maven with a mercenary's edge. No outsider commandeers the mic. It's an intramural melee, a narrative nexus weaving Trump's tariff triumph, housing Hail Marys, a J6 ghost hunt, and shutdown scars into a tapestry of America First ambition laced with libertarian laments. The tone? Quintessential PBD, optimistic on MAGA momentum, savage on swamp sabotage, and laced with laughs that land like gut punches, all under a conservative canopy that celebrates disruption while decrying debt. The episode surges forward with Trump 2K Tariff Dividend, a segment that ignites like a fireworks finale over the Rust Belt, dissecting Trump's Truth Social salvo from November 9th, a vow to dispatch $2,000 checks to every non-high-income American, harvested from the tariff till he's tilled since January, a dividend of at least $2,000 a person, not including high-income people, will be paid to everyone, Trump trumpeted, branding tariff skeptics fools amid claims his duties, now a 300 to 400B annual haul per Treasury tallies, have sparked record investment in U.S. factories. PBD replays the post with a predatory grin, his voice a velvet thunder. This is Trump channeling his inner Rockefeller, turning trade wars into taxpayer treasure. Ellsworth dives into the digits first, sketching a whiteboard whirlwind. At $2K per head for 150 million qualifying adults, under 100K earners per economist extrapolations, that's a 300B splash, mirroring pandemic stimulus, but earned, not printed. He nods to CBO projections of 3.3T over a decade, but flags the fine print. Tariffs juice inflation by 1 to 3 points, echoing CRFB warnings, and erode the rebates' real bite, and net revenue dips as imports wane and manufacturing booms shift taxes domestic. Sosnick, eyes alight with arbitrage glee, hails it as a genius jujitsu. China pays, we play, tying it to stock surges, Dow plus 1.2% post-announcement, and job jackpots, 200K manufacturing ads since Q1. But Vinny Oshana tempers the triumph with a torrent of takedowns. It's a bribe wrapped in a bald eagle. 20K buys a flat screen and forgetfulness, but good luck with $7 gas from retaliatory rounds. PBD pivots to politics, probing the pitch. Is it vote buying for 2026 midterms or fiscal judo against Biden-era deficits 2T annually? The panel lands on bullish but bracketed, smart optics for the heartland, but a Supreme Court shadow looms. Justices grilled tariff regality last week, and Treasury's Scott Bessent hedges it as benefits in many forms, like tip tax exemptions. It's a masterstroke of MAGA math, they concur, but one that risks reigniting the inflation inferno if Beijing bites back. As a tariff ticker tape settles, the discourse drifts into 50-year mortgage, a housing heresy hatched in the Trump war room and hawked by FHFA firebrand Bill Pult, PBD's own podcast alum from episode 677, as a game changer for millennials mired in median madness, 410K homes per St. Louis Fed. Trump amplified Pult's X blueprint on November 9th, floating 50-year fixed rates via Fannie and Freddie to slash monthly bites by $80 to $100 Axios math at 6.9% rates, a lifeline for first-timers now averaging 40 years old, NAR stat. PBD, ever the entrepreneur's empath, frames it as Trump's olive branch to the overlooked. Why chain Gen Z to 30-year servitude when you can stretch the dream? Sosnick, a real estate renegade, runs the ROI. For a $400K loan, payments dip from $24.45 30-year to $23.62, freeing $1,000 yearly for side hustles. But he skewers the equity erosion. You're renting from the bank till retirement, building zilch in the first decade. Ellsworth etches the economics. Dodd-Frank's qualified mortgage cap at 40 years demands congressional carve-outs, a year-long slog, and higher rates, 0.7% premium, could balloon total interest to $800K versus $600K on 30s. Vinny's venom vents on the vibe. Pult's pitching a half-century hamster wheel. Congrats you on a McMansion at 75 right before the robot uprising. The crew circles the controversy. Pult is cult, irony noted, but backlash brews from realtors, Band-Aid not cure, and conservatives, distraction from zoning zombies. PBD praises the populism. Portable, assumable twists could juice inventory 10 to 15%, but warns of wealth gap widening. Low income locks in low equity, fueling defaults if rates rebound. It's vintage Trump tinkering. They verdict, bold bomb for affordability agony, 40-year buyer age peak, but a bureaucratic behemoth that might mortgage the future to save the now. The mood darkens into the episode's dossier of dread. Jan 6th Pipe Bomber, a 4-year phantom reanimated by Blaze Media Steve Baker on November 8th, fingering a female Capitol police officer, name redacted in reports, 94 to 98% match per sources, and a deep state false flag to frame Trumpkins. FBI's $500K bounty lingers unsolved. New January footage showed a 5'7" Spectre in Nike kicks, planting duds at DNC and RNC. But Baker's bombshell alleges FBI pulled leads one door away days post-riot, per ex-agent Kyle Seraphin. PBD cues the Crip with a conspiratorial squint. This isn't tinfoil, it's Teflon-coated cover-up with Capitol Cops as cutouts. Vinny, channeling his inner gumshoe, lampoons the lapse. FBI chased Proud Boys but ghosted the ghost bomber? Smells like setup for the setup. Sosnick links it to larger leaks. Dobbs, White House coke, revived under Bongino's FBI deputy gaze. But Ellsworth eyes the evidence. 1,000 interviews, 39K videos, 0 callers. A female suspect flips the script on MAGA menace memes. The panel probes the peril. If true, it's Russiagate redux, eroding trust, 72% DOJ doubt, Pew, and priming pardons for J6 ranks. PBD's parting probe, was it to spike the riot or to spike the narrative? Hangs heavy, a reminder that unresolved riddles rot the Republic's roots. The finale flickers with fragile finality, plus shutdown over, a sigh of relief amid the Senate's November 10th midnight miracle, 8 Democrat defectors greenlighting a House CR, ending the 41-day siege longer than 2018 to 1935, without ACA subsidy extensions. Flights grounded, 800-plus cancellations, snaps snarled, $42 million at risk, courts clawing back cuts, and feds furloughed, $1+ million unpaid. The toll topped $3 billion GDP bleed. PBD recaps the rubble. Trump's tariff tango and border balks broke the bank, but Schumer's surrender saves Thanksgiving. Ellsworth tallies the truce. Minibus funds through January, hemp amendments hashed, but debt balloons to 1.27% GDP. CRFB. Sosnick snarks at the scorecard. GOP wins the war, Dems the PR blame game. 50% finger Republicans, Reuters Ipsos. And Vinny visions the vindication. Air traffic anarchy averted. Now watch Trump touted as my shutdown ender. They toast the thaw but temper triumph. No health critic compromise cedes ground to progressives. And Trump's RIF reversals, layoff walkbacks hint at White House whispers. It's a Pyrrhic piece, PBD posits, shutdowns as symptoms of swamp sclerosis with 26's fiscal fights foreshadowed. As the mics mute and the montage fades, episode 681 stands as PBD's prescient prism, a 2.12 torrent that transmutes headlines into harbingers, blending bullish blueprints, tariff treasurer's mortgage maneuvers, with brooding betrayals, bomber blackouts, shutdown scars. Strengths? The stat stuff synergy, Ellsworth spreadsheets grounding Vinny's vitriol, and timely ties tariffs to J6 as deep state dividends. Weaknesses? The partisan prism, scant sympathy for Dem demands or mortgage pitfalls pour, tilting toward echo-affirmation. Clocking viral velocity, 1 million plus views overnight. It sparks X infernos, hashtag Tariff Dividend 500K posts, and underscores the saga, Trump's term as a high-wire hustle where 2K dreams danced as defil devils. In this coliseum of conjecture, PBD doesn't just narrate the news, he ignites it, leaving listeners lit with the question, windfall or whirlwind?